Alright, Blacko, let's go. That's right. That boy slide there, ain't it now? Let it go. Yo, it is your boy B Jones, and welcome to another episode of the Red Cup Talk, where we bring you all the latest hot topics from your favorite celebrities, or maybe not your favorite celebrities, all the news, all the things that going on in the blogs. But disclaimer, I got all this stuff from the blogs. I did not make any of these things up. Some of these things are allegedly, so I'm gonna go with that because I do not want to get sued, okay? But the independent artist that you heard for this week was Keyshawn and Blacko Savage. Also, that's hosted by my boy DJ Status. Make sure you check them out. They out of Gainesville, Florida. They hot right now. They doing their thing. So shout out to them boys and keep going. So today, for the Red Cup Talk, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I didn't post last week because I had some technical difficulties. I did record the whole video. I recorded the whole video and everything. Even on my other podcast, I recorded. Now, on my other podcast, my editing wasn't right. My video would not export. This podcast, there was no sound. My mic was not plugged in. So I recorded like 45 minutes to an hour. And my mic was not plugged in. But this week, I covered everything. I put all my ducks in a row to make sure that I present an episode this week. Now make sure y'all got y'all red cups out there. Now what y'all drinking on today? For me, I'm on this like detox thing. I'm trying to, get healthier, so I'm not drinking any alcohol today. Today we got some high quality H2O. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the water boy. But we got high quality H2O. We drinking water today because I'm not gonna drink no liquor. You know what I'm saying? No wine, no alcoholic beverages. I've been trying to do good. I've been tempted. I have been tempted. I cracked one time, but we have some high quality H2O. It's good for the body, good for the soul. You know what I'm talking about? So, let's get in this episode of the Red Cup Talk. Our first topic of the Red Cup Talk is the Isley Brothers. We got some brothers feuding. Come on now, this is a legendary group. Our grandparents, parents, us, we have listened to all their music, but the brothers are beefing. I hate to say this. It's crazy that these sibling rivalries be going on in public. I know we go through sibling rivalries, like, in our life and all that, but to see it publicly and then to see like the age of these people and they still going through crap, like, come on, we gotta do better than this. But I sort of understand this one. I wish I could talk about it, but I don't know. So the Isley Brothers are feuding over the trademark and ownership of the name of the Isley Brothers. On Monday, March 20th, Rudolph Isley filed for a lawsuit against Ronald Isley, accusing his younger brother of secretly and unfairly obtaining exclusive rights to the Isley Brothers name, the trademark, where they previously split it 50-50. I don't know why only them two split it 50-50. It's like more brothers in the group. I don't know if I think all of them brothers, I'm not sure, but you got more people in the group. Are they splitting it 50-50 because they made this group together or what? But they split it 50-50. So the United States Patent and Trademark Office approved Ronald Isley's registration for sole ownership for the Isley Brothers brand back in August of 2022. So Rudolph has filed a lawsuit, in which I understand if you created this together, if this is supposed to be what's going on, y'all agreed to 50-50. Hopefully he got it in writing where they agreed to 50-50, because I know I would. I ain't finna trust it. So people get greedy, that money come in, the fame come in, and if it's not agreed upon that we split the 50-50, it's a problem. So my thing is, I wish they didn't have to go through court with this. Sometimes that doesn't happen. So now it's just like, damn, like y'all are this old and y'all feuding like this about some money, about a name. And I get it because both of them have children. So it's like, okay, I'm at an age to, which none of us know when we're going to pass away, but I'm at a close age where, yeah, I'm not finna be here for forever, so I need this to pass down to generations under me. So that's why I need this 50-50 ownership. That's why I need my money in my legacy. So I would hope Ronald Isley ain't greedy like that to say, bro, I'm getting 100% and you get nothing. But hey, that's just how the game go. You know, I'm praying for the Isley brothers. I'm praying that whatever's going on, they can come together and get things right. So on to my next topic. Now this next topic is with Megan James and Yung Joc. Now y'all know Yung Joc, meet me at Traps, going down. Meet me at Mars, going down. Now in this recent interview on Megan James' podcast, The Hollywood Group Chat, she had this to say to Joc, and this is how she started this interview out now. This is how she started it off.
So Joc, how have you been able to sustain like a 20-year career off of one hit?
Great question. Well, I got more than one hit. I got hit records.
Tell me about them.
Did y'all hear that bullshit? Did y'all hear that? I feel like that was kind of disrespectful. I feel like if you're going to interview somebody, you need to do your research. You need to do your research and know what they have done for the culture, musically, what they've done. If you're doing an artist, if they were an actor, you need to go to the background and see how they started acting, how they how they overcame struggles, the stuff they started in, whether it was background or was it main cast. You need to research that stuff because that was disrespectful. She obviously wasn't outside about, 2007, 2008. Because 2007, around that time, Yung Joc had us in a chokehold. It wasn't just, y'all, they feel like somebody like her who don't really know Joc background and stuff like that. I don't know where Megan's from. I did not research that. But someone who is of age, I feel like she might be in her late 20s. I'm not sure. But Yung Joc did not just have Meet Me in the Trap Is Going Down. He had so many other hits that had us in the chokehold. And how you gonna say that about Joc? So this is what she's posted, because once the media, social media and all that got a hold of this stuff, or what she said, oh, they went up. They went up. I don't know why everybody pandas in that bunch. Y'all do not be mad at Funny Marco. I guess it's because he's a comedian and I be serious. I feel like it's just not about you being serious. It's about you not doing your research. You have a whole podcast with all these followers. You have good amount of followers and stuff. You basically can live off your podcast. You're not doing your research and seeing what Joc has done, see what he has done for the culture. You just getting out there and interviewing. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Yung Joc had to say.
Ooh, Shawty went in like the man. She told us how you been able to sustain for 20 years with one hit. I was like, damn. Shawty hit me so below the belt. I was like, damn, look, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even come here to interview with your ass today. You know what I mean? I really came to assist somebody else, and they asked me about it. As soon as she hit me with the first question, I wanted to just be like, girl, stop playing with me. But then I said, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna break it down for you. You know what I'm saying? I just commenced to answer the question for her. But I don't even feel no shade by it. People been shading me. This ain't nothing new. It's just y'all got a chance to see it from somebody y'all may not be as familiar with. So it's like, oh, you little nerd. And I said the same thing. Yeah. But it's what it is, you know. But then I see what she compared herself to Funny Marco. You know, Funny Marco, that's my brody. He got a different approach to how he do. It's a science to it. Not saying she ain't got no science to us, but it was just real, like. And then she could have just been asking a valid point. Asking a valid question. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I ain't doing no more podcasts unless I really fuck with it.
Now for that, I don't even blame Jog. I wouldn't want to do it no more. You know, that somebody knew me too. Like, I don't want to have you interviewing me. You don't really know me. Like, you didn't even go to Google and research me. You could have went to Google and you could type in Google and Yung Joc hits will come up. But she did issue out an apology, and this is what she said. First of all, I want to apologize to Yung Joc. My intentions were not to disrespect you during my podcast interview. I was honestly interested in your journey and how you have been able to stay relevant throughout the years. With that said, I'm calling cap on that. I call cap on that because I just feel like you should have just researched. You should have researched and seen how he stayed relevant throughout the years. That one hit made him go. The one hit she claimed made him go, and he can get paid off that forever. But he had multiple hits. He was featured on multiple things. Even on T-Pain Buy You a Drink, I know that went. You know what I'm saying? Then he got on reality TV, Love and Hip Hop, and that's how he was able to stay relevant. Do you research Miss Bad Girls Club in Basketball Wives? Because that's how we know of you. We wouldn't have known of you of doing nothing else. I'm just being honest. I don't know you from nothing else. I see you trying to do your thing now, and congrats to you. But you can't shit on people and not do your research. You gotta do your research first before you even try to shit on somebody. I know you didn't try to shit on nobody, but I'm just saying. You got to do your research. Tekashi 6ix9ine has recently got his ass beat. He has got his ass jumped and beat back there in Florida at the LA Fitness. I got his ass tore up, blooded up and everything. I don't know what the hell his security was at the time, but he has got his ass tore up in Florida. Here is the video.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a fan, bro. Yo, I'm a fan. I'm a fan, bro. I know, I ain't jumping, bro. I'm just saying. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Shout out to NBC Miami for that video. As you can see, 6ix9ine has got his ass whooped. He was blooded, and they say it's for all that snitching he done. Now, if you doing all that snitching and stuff, see me, I gotta make sure I'm on my P's and Q's. So, you know, cause me, before I go to jail, I'm gonna tell the story. I'm gonna live to tell the story. You know what I'm saying? But I wanna know, what was his security at this time? How you done went, you famous now, and you in this bathroom, locker room, wherever you went by yourself, and you in Florida, and you done went and got your ass beat. I don't understand. I thought they would have got him in New York, honestly. I thought he was going to get his ass whooped in New York, but no, he done got his ass whooped in Florida. And a lot of people are mad because nobody in Florida has beat Zimmerman's ass. That was so long ago, but yeah, Zimmerman should have been got his ass tore up. He was right there, you know, outside Orlando, Sanford area, yeah. He should have been, because he had no business killing Trayvon Martin, but he did. And I don't understand why, and we just got to pray to God, and God rest Trayvon's soul, like, praying for his family still, because that's still a traumatic loss. But they have really put it on 6ix9ine. He is blooded up. So I don't know what to tell you, buddy. All I can tell you is beef up your security. You know, you can't be going to these places think nobody gonna notice you. You know, people are cool for Cocoa Puffs out there. So you gotta make sure you either have something on you at all times, or you gotta make sure your security is tight. But if I did all that stitching everybody after me, I would have had a security here, one in front of me and one behind me. Everywhere I move, the security moving. When I'm working out on a machine, the security right there. I go to piss, the security better stand right there by that urinal, and I ain't playing. Now next up, Miss Sheryl Lee Ralph, better known as Aunt D from Moesha, better known as the Dream Girls, the original Dream Girl. She did an interview on Angela Yee's podcast called Way Up. And on this interview, she spoke about how a famous TV judge that sexually assaulted her. She stated that it definitely wasn't Judge Mathis. So here's what she had to say.
This was a famous TV judge, not Judge Mathis. I love him. He's a great man. Not him.
Well, good, because I love Judge Mathis too. I don't know him personally, but
Judge Mathis.
No. He's a great man. This was another one. I'm at a very public place. I have on, like you see me, I was suited. I had my suit on. I was handling my business for the television show I was on at that time. He and I were on the same network. This man walked in, grabbed me by the back of my neck, turned me around and rammed his nasty tongue down my throat.
Oh my God.
And everybody at the network saw it. And the mayor of New Orleans at the time was, why am I blanking on his name?
Marc Morial?
Marc Morial. I called Marc Morial. Marc Morial, he said, you want me to send the police there right now? Because we will fix his you-know-what right now. Somebody at the network tapped me on the shoulder. They said, please don't. Do you know that they did not want any bad press?
Yeah, I can believe it.
Around their show.
Yeah.
And did not care what had just happened to me. It wasn't so bad after all, was it? That's the kind of stuff that happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens. That's what makes it hard for women to speak up about these things.
And I'm glad you said that, because I hear that all the time when women come forward. People are like, well, why is she telling this story now?
Thank you.
Well, why didn't she say something when it happened?
Thank you.
And that's
Women
why.
don't get the support.
Thank you.
And
But
even
when people
for
stand
you
there
to
and see it, they saw what happened. It's not that bad, is it? Please don't say anything. We don't need the bad press. It's a brand new show. Yours is a new show. I was like, Lord have mercy.
They don't think.
Now, of course, Twitter, social media, everybody, especially Black Twitter, has went crazy about this topic. So when she said not Judge Mathis, it was not many male judges around that time. So everyone kept tagging Judge Joe Brown. After all the tags, everything to Judge Joe Brown, this is what he said after this.
Let me say this before we go further. It's a warning to anybody listening. I might bring in my legal crew and proceed for defamation of character. You see, when they put my face next to hers and they start doing that little stuff there, that becomes innuendo that somebody can see who they're talking about, and that's very destructive to my reputation, because not only do I have a long track record of ensuring that women get justice when they've been done wrong, doing that on the criminal bench and a long time before that. My motto for the last half century has been protecting womanhood and promoting manhood, and there's those that don't seem to like it. So I might need a vacation. And I think I know where the deep pockets are,
So that was the audio of Judge Joe Brown. Judge Joe Brown said he has nothing to do with that. Judge Joe Brown said it was not him. He's going to get his legal team. So, but I'm praying. I know this happened a long time ago. It was. But just like the Bill Cosby case was a long time ago, and he still went to prison, he's still getting, these women still getting justice and all that. I feel like Sheryl Lee, whoever done it to her, that she should get justice for that too. So whoever done that, hey, you can go ahead and get charged for that too. Bill Cosby getting charged. I know Bill Cosby is supposed to be drugged them and all that, but still. So prayers to Miss Sheryl. We love Aunt D. We love her. Prayers to her. Now this is our last topic for today. It's kind of lengthy, I feel like, because this has been going on since last Sunday. When I recorded the other podcast, like the Red Cup Talk, the last episode I was supposed to do, when I recorded that, I touched on this. But it has still continued on to this week. So my girl Kandi Burruss Tucker, I love Kandi. I don't care. I can't do. She does no wrong to me. I posted at her restaurant OLG, and Kandi is, I love Kandi, I don't care. But Kandi has been in the blog. She has been, it's like Kandi is versus everybody. So it's Candy versus Tamar, Candy versus SWV, Candy versus Latasha Scott, Candy versus Carlos King. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. So first, we're gonna start off with Candy versus. We could do SWV, but we're not. We're not gonna do SWV. Follow the review for the Queens of R&B that I post every week. Follow that. I touch all on Candy versus SWV on that. I touch on that. You know what I'm saying? They mad at Candy because Candy say they should be headliners. They want to be co-headliners. So, whole thing, you get that over there. So, I'm going to start off with Candy versus Tamar Braxton. So, if you know, months ago, Candy did this interview on the podcast and basically saying that she doesn't deal with Carlos King because he supposedly sold their life story. This is some of the audio here.
Their producing partner, one of the producers that worked for him, who was also at the time I thought was super cool, had called my mom, was like, oh yeah, we want to do interview you because we're trying to do a documentary about girl groups or something. So we want to ask you questions about, say my mom was going to do it or whatever. But come to find out, he was the person who had did the deal with TV One to sell our life story. He was.
By he, she means Carlos King.
And my mom and it was going to try to ask my mother questions about us unknowingly to get more information, I guess, for the show.
Wow.
So anyway, I just thought that was the lowest thing that anybody could ever do.
Wait, so how did I have the right to...
So after that, Tamar is on Dish Nation now. So they were talking about the situation with Candy and Carlos King. And here's the audio of what happened with that.
Messy boo. But I just find it odd that you can steal the rights of the lives of people that are still alive. We saw it recently with the Mike Tyson joint on Hulu, which is great, by the way. I hate that he doesn't support it, but you got to do things right when these people are alive and you telling their story.
Which is why I don't agree with her calling him a thief. You know what I mean? I think that's a little, off the deep end.
What would you do if somebody tried to do this to you and your sisters? They tried to tell your story without your permission.
Well, okay, so here was the thing. So my sister did a biopic, right?
Okay.
I feel like everybody else was involved, but I had nothing to do with my character, and I was in my feelings about that.
Okay.
But everybody else was involved, so that's a different kind of thing. So you really don't want nobody telling your own story. But at the end of the day, I just feel like they're all the time unauthorized, versions of people's lives, and this is just a part of being an entertainer.
Yeah. It is a little shady to call her mom up and act like you're going to do an interview about all these groups in the 90s and just to try to dig up information on her group. Like, that is a little... You got to watch out for reality TV producers.
Yeah, and that's shady, baby. But something in the milk ain't clean. I don't know. I'm not totally convinced that that's what it is. I don't know. I want to hear from Carlos because I want to know the king.
And you will give it to him because I think y'all good judges too, if I'm not mistaken, huh? I mean, y'all was on the show Kiki.
I just recently met Carlos. I'm just like me and you, Kiki.
Yeah.
I'm Kiki with the Kikis.
Now, from there, a while after that, Tamar took to Instagram saying Peach and her husband tried to check me or confronted me and they tried to fight me and stuff like that at a concert. They've been doing these concerts together, this R&B concert where a lot of people come together and they have Monica 112, Genuine, Tamar, Escape. There's a number of people there. So it was told that Candy confronted her and it was a big thing. So recently, Tamar went to watch What Happened Live because she has the Queen's Court. She has that show on Peacock, which is kind of like a brand with Bravo, kind of. So this is what she had to say.
And Ruth from Rhode Island, what's your question for Tamar?
Uh-oh.
Hi, Tamar. Hi, Andy. And
Hi.
Our question is, who is the Atlanta housewife that you hinted about having beef with on Instagram, saying her and her husband threatened you?
People think it was Eva.
It was not.
I know who it is.
It was not, and it really did happen. I'm not lying. I'm not looking for attention or drama or anything like that.
Right.
That really did happen. It was not cute. No,
Was she a full housewife?
She's a full house. Oh my God.
It's not Candy.
Ooh.
I thought you and Candy mended everything after Big Brother.
I thought so too. I had no idea.
Wow. Okay.
I'll tell you the story later.
So after that, of course, Tamar went on and on and on. Now, after this has been put out, you know, because, you know, Twitter has went crazy. So she's responding on Twitter saying all this. Then she decides the next day she wants to go on Instagram Live. This is what she had to say.
Obviously, I want to address, you know, what's really going on in the press because, you know, I feel like I've worked really hard on myself and I can't help if somebody asks me a question, you know, and I can't help the chains of events that actually really honestly truly happened. Now, this really all started, okay, everybody knows that I'm on Dish Nation now, right? And this really all started from a YouTube that Candy put out about whatever the issues they had with Carlos King. And I was asked about it. Now, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm not like these other reality people. Like, I'm a real bona fide 5-time Emmy-nominated journalist. Difference. So for me, I am not comfortable publicly saying or calling someone else a liar without knowing the legitimate facts. And obviously, I want to address, that's where I'm standing with that. I wasn't on no, you know, you're not my friend, I don't want to side with you. It wasn't nothing to being messy, but my responsibility for my job and my integrity just lied in that. Or else I just would have said, oh, she lied. Really what I did say is, I wanted to hear both sides of the story, you know, something in the milk ain't clean, just trying to deflect from just outright calling somebody a liar. Because number one, I don't know. Number two, I don't care. Number three, has nothing to do with me. Okay? Cool. That happened. You know, I put up a clip promoting the show from my point of view, in my story, not addressing anybody, not taking sides on nothing, because I really don't care, but it doesn't have anything else to do with me. Okay? So, weeks go by, 4 or 5 weeks go by, and we all have a concert together. And I'm leaving my dressing room to go to my dancers. That's where I'm standing with the dressing room to bring them their new clothes. And I see Candy in the hallway. And I'm like, hey, boo. And I give her a hug. You know, whatever. And she just look at me and she's like, I ain't you. And I'm like, what? I'm thinking she's kidding. Like, I'm for real thinking she's kidding. And she's like, I you. I'm like, what happened? She like, oh, well, you said what about Carlos King was foul. And I'm like, oh, and I honestly truly forgot about it, right? And I'm like, listen, I didn't mean no harm. You know, I wasn't trying to, you know, go against you or nothing like that. It's, you know, what I just explained to y'all, like, I just feel like my responsibility is a little bit different. I ain't trying to call nobody publicly a liar when I don't know the whole story. I'm not comfortable with it. And she was like, nah. You said. And I'm like, sis, listen, if I offended you, I am so sorry. Like, you know, dressing room to bring them there. Like, I wasn't coming from there. I thought, man, you made up a big brother. You know, I wasn't coming for you. It's nothing like that. I really, truly, humbly apologize. And plus, I sent her a DM, and I sent you a DM, you know, when your fans was coming to my page. This was a while ago, and I was just trying to let you know that, you know, I wasn't trying to be, you know, malicious or nothing like that. Nah. But you said, and you did, and then you doubled down and put it in your story. I said, listen, Ken, I'm not trying to go there with you. You know, we in the middle of this hallway, and now by this time, people swarming around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we ladies, we shouldn't be doing this. We can go in my dressing room. Yeah, before I take it to the next level. Now, everybody know, I ain't really here for that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool and I'm safe, but I do know how to whip it. And I don't do that because I wasn't coming. When I'm like, look, dog, this is not a letter housewives. I'm not getting paid to sit up here and argue with you like this. I'm about to go sing everybody on this bill under the table. I can't argue with you right now. Like, I ain't finna do all that. And then I to completely de-escalate the situation. It's giving bobs and cackling and cacklings. And like, then Tadina comes up and like, he comes and get her. And he says something to her, and then he looks at me in my face. Y'all can believe it? Now, he looks me in my face and go, you know what it is. Oh. What? Now, this is a dude. I don't care. Listen, y'all done see me grow up on the Braxtons. Y'all done see me go at it with my sisters. Y'all done see me, you know, kind of like, what I'm like is that me and Candy or me and another female can argue all day long. But when it comes to dudes in another woman's face to physically threaten them and harm them, that's when the line is drawn. That's when it's like, oh, it's not about her perception on TV. It's not about, you know, what we have known her to be on her reality life years ago. Because remember, I ain't been on reality TV for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's okay. I get it. But there's no reason for a man to ever step to a woman. Period. And the fact is, that is what happened. And the other fact is, I wasn't trying to bring nothing up, but, you know, now that I'm on, you know, Peacock and Bravo, I went to Andy's show, he's a good friend of mine, we cool. You know what I mean? He asked me about it. Because one of the fans asked me about it. And I wasn't trying to bring it up, and I wasn't trying to bring no drama my way because I am not on that. Is that me? So, it's like, I answered the question, I tried to deflect from it, and here we are. But what I'm not going to stand for is people saying, what did I do for a man to ever step to me? Period. Why you shaking your head?
Nothing. You didn't do no man to step to you. That was a coward move, and it shouldn't have happened. And I addressed it with him, and I spoke to him about it, and he immediately apologized. But an apology after the fact is bullshit.
Especially when I'm there defenseless. Because he wasn't, this is one of those trips where Troy wasn't there, JR wasn't there. Like, Rob was there, James was there. But this is kind of one of those trips where we just kind of, like, we have like back-to-back shows, and we just kind of got in and got out. You know what I'm saying? And normally, and I didn't even have security. So, if I was gonna keep it gangster with y'all, I spoke about this big brother. Y'all call me the victim. She's a victim then, and Tamar always starts stuff. But go back in the clips, they didn't age well. I said what I said, you know. The reason why we had beef in the first place was that was me on tour. Like, very, very similar to how y'all see this SWV stuff panning out. My story, and I've said this bad thing on Big Brother, pull the receipts. There's very much a lot of egos going on. And I ain't trying to speak about a show that I don't even watch. And the reason why I can't.
Now, since then, Candy didn't really post much about it, but she did post a clip from the Addams family with the whole Wednesday and another girl trying to jump out the dock, and Candy called her a victim. Then Tamar goes to her story and says, I am the victim when your man steps to a woman. Sounds like an abused woman to me. See nothing wrong with that. I hope he's not beating your ass. I pray for your healing. So then Tamar also posts on her story and says, I'm done talking about it. Obviously it happened. Candy wants to deflect and condone her man's behavior by calling me a victim. Shaking my head. It's abusive and disrespectful, and it's never okay for a man to step to a woman. Fans don't have to agree, period. Everyone have a nice day. God is so good. Watch Cream Court and Scream. And it says, P.S. I spy with my little eye the truth. So the spy with my little eye, what she's saying is, Tamar was taking a picture with somebody, and if you look in the background, you can see her fiance JR and Todd, Candy's husband, having a conversation back there. I don't know what the conversation was about, but she said that's when Todd was apologizing and all that. Tamar also started basically trolling Candy. So when Candy posted about for her speak on it, the Shade Rule posted about how Candy was talking about, you know, the SWV and Escapes booking fee, and here come Tamar commented on there saying, imagine having the biggest ego for the most non-singing person in the entire music industry. stream my new hit song Change while I pay homage to the amazing SWV. Now Kandi did speak on something about, you know, at least about Todd. She was defending her husband, like saying like that's not true about her husband. And this is what Kandi had to say.
To believe that that's not true. My husband never said nothing to her. He did not threaten her or none of that. So that's why I was like, I don't even want to like address that on Amazon Live. She and I did have words, but he did. So that's why I was like, yeah. Some people like to twist things a little bit, but we can talk about it later on a different platform or not.
Then after that, Tamar went to Twitter, which this is a deleted tweet. She says, now Billy Goat is going to start me back up again calling me a liar. Someone needs to call her and tell her to chill. Tadina 1000% did what I said he did. And she also say, listen, I'm healed and saved, but God don't want us to be rollovers. I'm standing firm on what I said, exactly how it happened, and don't need to lie about anything. And JR, which is Tamar's fiance, put on his story. For the record, yes, I did have a conversation with Todd about what he said to Tamar. He immediately seemed embarrassed about it, apologized, and wanted to make amends for saying you know what it is. He tried to rationalize why he said it, but I stopped him and said it should have never happened. I then asked him to clear it up with Tamar and apologize in person. That kind of somewhat concluded that with Tamar and Kandi. Also, recently on Kandi Speak On It that she posted recently, her and Todd went on there and said that he did not say that to her. He said he told Kandi, babe, come on, you know what it is. So he was talking to Kandi. He said he never had a problem with Tamar, even with all Kandi and Tamar beef, that he never had a problem with Tamar. My thing is, Tamar has been on the Great Escape tour, and Kandi also has put her on the Dungeon tour. She has done Speak On It with Kandi, where she basically kind of praised Kandi, like, Kandi, you're not that girl, you was a sweet person, da 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 da. They supposed to be had made up after Big Brother. My thing is, why is the whole back and forth wishy-washy, you my friend, you're not my friend? Because really, if that was my friend, I understand that you have a job to do, but I would be like, oh, I don't want to speak on that. That's not my business. I pray they get through it. I don't really want to speak on that. Because everything don't have to be spoken on as a journalist, as she say. Don't have to be spoken on. You can skip, you can say, hey, I don't got to do with that. Hey, I just want to see what happened. I'm going to talk to both of them. But you saying basically it's not true. That's what you kind of saying. Then you reposting on the story and stuff like that. So you making it seem like Candy's lying or something like that is not true. So, and I feel like this. You calling Kandi Billy Goat and she can't sing, but what was all that when K Michelle was calling you a Muppet? You was crying then, sis. I gotta be honest with you, was crying then, so why are you calling this lady names and things like that when you don't want that energy done to you? So you shouldn't be calling her names like that. Anyways, enough with Tamar. I pray for them. I like Tamar. I do like Tamar. I like her somewhat. I do. I like her on the Braxton's Family Values. I actually became a fan of her music and performance style when I seen her on the Great Escape tour. Cause before I was like, I don't really listen to Tamar like that. But then when I seen her perform, I'm like, oh shoot, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like that. So I just pray y'all can mend it. Probably not, because y'all done did the most. The absolute most. We have 2 Escape members. My favorite female group. We got Kandi Burruss and Natasha Scott. Now these two have been bumping heads for years. They actually had a fight a physical fight in 1998. I really want to know who won that fight. I hear Kandi won it. I don't know. I've been waiting on the movie. That's probably not going to happen because they can't get on one accord. There has been a lot of stuff going on in the blogs with these two, and I think after this, it's been a lot. It's been it. You know, Candy does speak on it. She voices her opinion about the about what's going on and all that. Her recent speak on it was about, you know, well, her other speak on it wasn't really recent. It was the last speak on it about how, you know, people saying she's jealous of Tasha because Tasha started singing more on the third album. Candace said she's not jealous of Tasha. She was like, I saw a lead on this, and this, and that. She said she's more mad about because they were setting up their third album because they went into the third album knowing that she was gonna go solo. So they had her singing all these songs and doing all this, so they went into the third album knowing that she was gonna sing solo. Saying that sometimes they wouldn't even tell Tamika and Tiny to come to the studio. They'll have her do the whole song, but then let Candy just come do ad-libs and vocals just so it can sound like an Escape record. Because those two voices are the most you're gonna hear on the Escape album. You know what I'm saying? So Latasha decided to do a Latasha speak. And this is what Latasha had to say.
Standing, we all sing a lead on. With you, Now
let's be clear. I never said that she didn't sing lead. I said she had an issue with me singing lead. Did she forget that I was in the studio at Jermaine's house and I come out and I hear all this crying? I come out in the room and I said, what's going on? And she's standing outside with Jermaine. He's looking vexed and she's looking crazy with tears in her eyes like, oh, hey, Tasha. I'm like, what's going on here? As I look at him, I'm like, something's wrong. And I need to find out what it is. And when I found out, yeah, she was upset about me singing lead. Listen, I ain't never had no problem with her singing lead. Go ahead, girl.
That the blow to my chest would come directly from you. He'll come back. He'll come back.
saying I'm singing lead.
Hell no.
Rocky's been in the Escape business since 1995, when he was asked by Candy to manage the group, when originally he was managing me. Rocky was responsible for bringing in lawyers to reconstruct our deal in 1995. He was the one who brought the Great Escape tour, the only tour where we made millions. Then when we were Escape 3, Rocky went back out and fought real hard to bring more shows to us because wasn't nobody checking for Escape 3. Rocky also brought Tricky Stewart to the table to executive produce our EP. He even sent Candy all of the music in hopes that she would have a change of heart. Then Rocky reached back out to see if she wanted to come back, even though we didn't want her to. Truth be told, we were making more money without her. Name one time when Escape cut Rocky a check after all the shows that he brought. I guess they expected me to pay him, which wasn't fair. But I do respect Tiny, because she did pay him something. Kudos to you, boo. Rocky's been in our Escape 3, because Candy gives us her butt to kiss. And then Rocky brings more shows, we make more money. And I still ain't heard about no $30,000.
Hell no.
For the record, I did not steal $30,000 from my sister. You know how she do.
What were the other things that were said? You said that I hooked up with Jermaine's dad, and that's absolutely
that was the wrong. That was what I said. That wasn't correct.
So now, I guess I'll just wait on my apology.
Now, so after this, I mean, in that, it was like, Tasha looked like she did a whole Love and Hip Hop confessional. Like, I don't know what the hell she was doing. But it was a lot of, to me, contradictory going on around there. Because how you saying that Escape, nobody was checking for Escape 3, but then you say Rocky bought, y'all was making more money when Candy was gone. But that was Escape 3. So how does that work? Then you say that Rocky the one who brought the Great Escape tour. And I'm like, well, I thought Mona did that. And I thought Candy was like, no, I'm not doing a tour unless we headlining, like we doing big or we making money. So that was kind of crazy. Then you clown your group member's voice. someone who you have made millions with, someone who done sung on most of these songs on these 3 albums y'all have, someone that you keep wanting to say, hey, come on to the group, let's do the group, let's do the group, but you clowning her voice? Come on now. But you know Kandi has replied, and this was her reply.
Actually made a joke about my voice in her video, in her speaker.
But they needed you to sing on her song on the Escape album.
No, this is the part that is like really corny of her to me. You are trying to clown a person's voice whose voice is leading on half the hits that is your claim to fame. You've ever been on, which is Just Kicking It, is the voice that you've been clowning, or that you're clowning in your video. I'm cool, you know, I can go back and forth with other people, but actually made a joke about, or I don't even go back and forth with them really, but other people can try to make jokes about my voice or whatever, but me and you are in a group together. We supposed to make money together. We supposed to hit the stage together. You've been hearing my voice all these years as you making money off of it, right? But you on your video trying to make jokes about my voice. The same voice who has accomplished more than you with your amazing voice that you try to put out there that you have. Like, I've been on other hits that's bigger than you.
Now, did Kandi lie? No, I don't think she lied. No, she said what she said and she meant what she said. And yeah, I understand that. Definitely understand that. But who knows? I'm praying for these ladies. I know also in that speak on that Kandi was like, I'm done with her. I don't want to do nothing else with her. And when Kandi said that, she done. She really done. So I don't know if there will ever be all 4 group members again. I don't know. I can't do nothing but pray for these ladies and hope for the best, because they are a talented group of ladies. I love their music. And you can talk about Kandi voice all you want to, but that Escape sound don't work without Kandi. You can try it all you want to. That Escape sound does not work without Kandi. That's why when they tried to replace her, it didn't work. When they tried to do it by herself, it didn't work. It didn't start working until they came back together and they formed Escape 3. That's when I could say it started working, but still in Tasha video, she said nobody was checking for Escape 3. You know, they gonna check for 4. Right now it's Tamika, Tiny, and Kandi, and they still doing their thing. They still doing shows without Tasha. So I will pray for them and hope for the best. Alright, so as you see, that's a mess, that's a mess, that's a mess. Everything been going on. The blogs have been going crazy. Has been going crazy. But I thank y'all for watching this. And I want to tell you my song of the week. My song of the week is by Nivea. Nivea has a new song. You know, I'm R&B love. I love R&B. Her song is called Killer. Make sure y'all get that. Make sure y'all get that. I love Nivea. I'm finna listen to Nivea in a little bit actually. And also, the TV show of the week is Ghost Power Book 2. Man, 50 Cent doing his thing. 50 Cent and the team, they doing their thing with that. I'm trying to get me a role on that. But they doing their thing with that, and shouts out to them. But anyways, thank you all for watching another episode of the Red Cup Talk. Next week, I probably have a little alcohol in here, but we just got some red cup, just got a red cup with our water in it. Next week, I'm gonna try to have a guest. I'm gonna have a guest with me next week. I know I didn't call nobody. This was kind of like some topics I could just go through myself, and I just wanted to just go ahead and get it done. I got more work to do. I'm doing skits. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get on my game, because I felt like at the beginning of 2023 I was not on my game. So I'm trying to get on my game now that we are in the 3rd month, almost 4th month in 2023. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and press that bell notification so you can get notified every time I drop. It's your boy, B Jones.